Hello, I'm BJ Bement. This is Robert and Susan, my good friends who like to improv. It's crazy. And so this is your daily dose of dopamine. And I just got on the board of yes and exercises, and I'm really excited because Robert gave me a title and I didn't know. I didn't know I was going to get a title, and I'm excited about it.
Talk
Oh,
to me about the
please
title. What is the
do
title
tell
and
us.
how does it make you
Yes.
feel?
What outreach and what program development?
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's like a big title. Big.
So what do you feel about that? And why because I could tell you why I chose that, but tell me what you feel about it and how is it appropriate? Is it something you can lean into? What does it mean to you?
Well, let me tell you, leaning into it, I'll tell everybody about it. So that's mission and outreach right there. And program development. Uh, Look, I'm excited to get into the veterans. I'm looking forward to getting into the veterans. So
Yeah.
it's seamless. It can help anybody in any situation.
There's so many veterans that are in need, and BJ, you are a veteran from the Navy, and you know intimately the world, and the veterans are a huge part of why our society gets to be what we are. We talk about freedom a lot, and it is because of the service of veterans like yourselves. So tell me about the needs in the veteran community and how maybe Yes and Exercise can provide some services.
Well, you have the people who have been in combat, and it's a totally different world. You're in a world where you're at danger at every moment, every single moment. And then you come home and there's really no danger, and your body has trouble reconciling that. You still feel like you're having to deal with all these things, but there's nothing there. And having exhibiting that, you're not present in where everyone else is present. You're disconnected. And so I think part of that's PTSD is a word for it. And part of it is re-entry. So even being on a submarine, being isolated with everything 6 feet from you, everything's very small and compact. Even
Six
just getting
inches, I think, right?
yeah, it's really, really small.
Yeah.
And even getting off the submarine, it was like everything, your whole perception has changed. And all the music is different on the radio. I'm gone 3 months. All the movies are different. Every single thing that you reference that keeps you connected in daily life is all of a sudden shifted. Everyone else is tuned in, and you're like 3 or 4 months removed, and you're just having trouble reconnecting. I can only imagine what it is for someone who's been in combat.
So, do one second. BJ, talk to me then. How does what we do apply to that? Because people go, improv and storytelling, what does it have to do with trauma and PTSD?
The longer I've been doing this improv, the more I am accepting whatever comes in front of me.
Mm.
So it is totally a yes and attitude.
Mm.
I used to worry about everything that came to me. It's like, well, how do I deal with this? What am I supposed to do with this? And a lot of times it doesn't matter what you do with it, you just deal with it and move on. But if you get too far into or you're too foreign with the situation, you can get bogged down, locked down, isolated, and then you have that pressure you put on yourself. Like, why can't I handle this? Why can't I do this? But if you get to an attitude of yes and, it's like, I have no idea what this is, but I'm going to deal with it and move on, you know?
And is powerful. It it
Yep.
it, it offers potential. The world of the vets and the military, I think, are a wonderful potential um, audience for this. In that, because there's no wrong answers, and because it's really about connection, I think can help with that evolution out of that submarine, out of that limited environment, because it is a safe space that we create here, and it's fun. And the idea of rebuilding, renewing fun for someone who's been in a war zone, hostile environment, in a confined environment, to have this openness and this freedom is incredibly empowering. I'm excited about the prospect of.
Go ahead, BJ.
And the whole reason the military works is because of standard operating procedures.
Mhm.
Everyone knows exactly what they need to do at a certain time in a certain situation. And then when you get back in the real world, you don't have those limitations.
Right.
And you have to go from being so regimented and really numb to your choices and just reacting the way you're supposed to. And now you're back in the real world, and it's like, I don't have to do what's expected of me anymore. I can make a choice. I can do something different.
Yeah. And so that really speaks highly toward, there's a place and a time for an institutional manner of being with life or death circumstances. And that's reasonable within that space. When civilian life comes back and it doesn't have that anymore, if you are counting on those institutional walls to be there, you could be living in a false reality. And so there's that. And then the other thing that comes to mind is the Marine motto, right? Which is adapt and overcome. And I realize it's a different segment of the military. However, I think it's there. So it's a matter of making it friendly for everybody. Hey, we're going to be back with more. This is fantastic. BJ, thank you for your service, not only to the military and our country, but to us here at Yes and Exercise, and for everything you're bringing us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the next dose.